What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Heaven.
And it's your girl, Riddle.
And this is
More Than a Mother.
Welcome back to More Than a Mother. This is a message to our younger selves, part 2. And parental advisory. Let's just get into it.
Let's have a sex talk. Get at.
I was okay when I finally did have sex. Now I still could have waited for somebody that actually made me nut. When I did have
Damn.
because that's the truth though. When I did finally have sex, I was still, I think it was my senior year in high school. So I was already 18. Thinking I was the shit, baby. You couldn't tell me shit after that happened. It was the worst experience of my life. I'll tell you that. It was like 6 hours long. Miserable.
Bitch!
I hope the motherfucker see this shit. Miserable. It's your cousin. Hold on. Y'all see?
Sorry, I'm up. Had to go to sleep. Had to take a nap.
It was horrible.
Oh no, that's some bullshit.
That's
fucking sexual assault. I'm sorry.
I didn't understand. First of all, two people who ain't never really had sex don't need to do that. I don't.
Bro, who the fuck? Two virgins having sex for 6 hours? Ain't no fucking way. I don't believe you.
Let's call them.
I mean, I believe you, but it's
saying,
like that's some weird shit.
Yeah, but he wasn't a virgin. He had sex with one person before me, but one time.
So he was a sex addict.
No, he was an alcoholic or close to it, and didn't know that alcohol stops you from nutting because neither one of us really fucking knew any goddamn thing. So we were just there, existing. I was just there, existing. But I don't exist no more. I got to a point in my adult life where, like, if I wasn't even satisfied, baby, you could just get on up and go. We not about to be doing this for 10 hours. And I ain't even we'll talk about this. But I didn't even know what an orgasm actually felt like. Until I got out of my first relationship.
Damn, so he was hitting you and he didn't make you nut?
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, I didn't know
You
that.
weren't, so you thought you were orgasming?
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't, though. It's not what I do now. Not it.
Well, I'm not going to flex. I probably didn't have my first orgasm until I was 21.
That's it, yeah.
Let's have a sex talk. Get at.
It's not that I'm a sex freak. It's that after I realized, like, something just wasn't, like, honestly and truly, after I had sex the first time, I was like, I must be gay. That wasn't hitting on a goddamn thing. I'm like, maybe it's just supposed to be head. When motherfuckers give me head, that feel alright. But when I do that, that's not it. It wasn't
That's a bad experience.
I know. Horrible. And then I talked to someone after that, and I still was like, okay, this is great. I was like, this is great. Was it fucking great?
Mm-hmm.
I literally did not realize until I was like, bro, you need to find somebody. Somebody need to show you what you like. Because you don't know. People don't, honestly and truly, nobody talks about it. And I hope that I can have such candid conversations like this with Marley so that she knows, like, to not give herself away and she not be pleased. Like,
that's the biggest thing. I told you when I just said I had my first orgasm at 21. It's because I learned something. Like, that's when you learn something.
Yeah.
Ladies, don't lay down giving your body to somebody and you're not getting anything in return. Because what are you doing?
Every time. I would not have a baby if I never nutted. And I mean that. Like,
shit, probably me neither.
Because, no, I know that for me, once I realized, like, because I didn't use sex toys. Nobody really talks about that. But, like, nobody's parents, I don't think the black community really even harps on the fact that you should be satisfied.
Excuse me.
When you are having sex. Like, because it's just it's so taboo to talk about.
It's taboo to talk about, and then it's also, like, I don't think parents know, like, at what point to talk about it with their children.
Which is why I've been on my mom's podcast. Go ahead and follow the Cognac Room if you don't, because they're the shit. I've been on my mom's podcast, and the very first podcast I did was the Birds and Bees Talk. And there wasn't no talk. It was just no staying up past 9, no touching, no behind. Like, it was literally just that little song that they sung on fucking My Wife and Kids that my mom and dad was like, that's it.
That's it.
We like that.
That's what we're doing.
And that was it. Now, I am a victim of sexual assault. So, like, when that happened to me, it made me hypersexual. So, like, everything I felt like was like, okay, this turns me on. This turns me on. This turns me on. And being turned on and nutting are two different things.
Yeah, and I guess you just don't know
and
that.
So, yeah, it lasted for 6 hours, and I thought being turned on
was sex.
And,
yeah, the end product, yeah.
And it wasn't. It wasn't. I know now. Shout out to my nigga. We be fucking.
Oh, my God, honey. Oh, my God. I don't even know if I want to have this sex talk with her, honey. I can't keep up.
Yes, she can, because you told me the other day.
Wait, what?
It really blew my fucking mind. She told me that. I'm gonna tell y'all too.
Wait, what?
She told me the other day. We was like, I don't even know how we got on it, but she told me the other day. She was like, anything but in my mouth, like my face, anything but my mouth. And I was like, yo, face. This bitch skin looks good as fuck. Is it not? It's not.
It's not. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. I haven't done that in a while, but yeah, not in my mouth, child. Not my mouth.
Mine either.
I don't do that.
I love you, but just don't do that.
I love you, baby, but you know better. But yeah, nah. Yeah, she nasty. I'm uncomfortable. And this is supposed to be
message. We did get a message. Now the message is to you 21-year-olds. The message is to, I'm saying 21 because I feel like that's the age that we
that's when you really
kind of discovered that we actually might like this shit.
Yeah.
Don't count yourself out, because that's what I did. I counted myself the fuck out. I didn't have sex for years.
Don't count yourself out for anything at 21. You know how much shit you can do after 21 that you didn't think you could do prior to? Don't count yourself out for nothing. That's the lesson of the day.
That's the lesson of the day.
Don't count yourself out for anything. Don't underestimate yourself too early, because you're only 21, baby.
And if you're going to see potential in other people, please turn that mirror back to yourself and see your same potential.
Know that you deserve maybe more than that potential that you can possibly see. If they're not actually acting on that potential, you deserve more than that, baby.
You know that.
And
if it takes 10 years, if it takes 12 years, if it takes 13 years, like I think about Tia Mowry all the time. Do whatever the fuck is best for you.
Yeah.
Like, they was 14 years into their marriage, and she was like, baby, I'm just not happy.
And I think that as this new generation, we're learning that. We're like, look, I'm not going to be my grandparents who sleep in separate beds and have been married for 30 years, but they fucking hate each other. And they're miserable.
Which is my grandparents, and have been my grandparents for, like, the majority of my life. I can't tell you the last time that I've actively seen my grandma and my grandpa in the same bed.
Same. Since I can remember, my grandparents sleep in separate beds. Now, granted, they're still married.
Mm-hmm.
They're still married. But it's not a healthy relationship.
My papa has a rightful reason. My grandma's different. If you know her, then you know she's
honey. I can get into it. We also bonded over that.
Because our
grandmothers,
they're a work of art.
A piece of work.
Yeah. No, it's a piece of work, not a work of art. A piece of work. But
a work of art too, but a piece of work.
What's funny is, like, I love having Nana to pieces.
Everybody loves my Nana.
She loves me down, baby. It ain't never been nothing between me and her. That's my baby.
And I love Joanne, baby.
Okay.
I love her grandma too.
That's my girl. I think we get different versions of them because we didn't have to grow up with them. But yeah, my papa, my grandma love you to fuck. Yeah, my hope is just
her papa is my papa. I got 2 papas.
He be like, I seen him at the checkout at Walmart.
I bought all her
groceries. I see your friend. Oh, she was pulled over. I changed the tire. Like, that's just who he is. And I wish he had an amazing woman to match him.
Because every time he see me in the store, I don't have to pay for nothing.
Nothing.
If he sees perfect gentleman, papa.
If he sees a friend of mine in general, you ain't got, like, he changed Brooklyn's tire. He was like, I just happened to know that she was a friend of yours. I've seen her before. So he pulled over and changed the tire.
He's amazing. Yeah. So is my papa. My papa is like the definition of a hard-working man. Like,
literally.
They don't even make him like that no more. Like, my man is a hard-working man, but he ain't my papa. They don't even make him like that no more, man.
He ain't my papa. Say that again.
He ain't my papa. Now, I love my man.
I love him.
My man.
But he ain't my papa.
He ain't my papa.
Cause they ain't. But I love them.
Love them. But yeah. One last thing that I want to say is that a lot of what you went through with catering to people and trying to like be Captain Save-A-Ho, I didn't go through that part. Cause other than my depression in high school, mid-high school, whatever, I kind of had like a normal childhood. I felt like
in my adult life. I'm pretty sure you remember when I performed that poem about it's called Cookie Jar.
Yeah.
A lot of who I am came from that. My Yazzie is a freak. That's my hypersexuality. That's how I respond to that trauma. I didn't realize that until I got with somebody who was like, you can just be. Like, I don't need you to fuck me every 5 seconds. I don't need you. Like, I didn't understand that was a hard thing for me to get over. I really thought that without pleasing a man first, that I would never have a successful relationship. And I think that's
wow.
I think that's half of why I'm like, I don't date. I don't want to date.
Wow.
I'm a pimp. I'm this. I'm that. That's just like me responding to the fact that I felt wanted in the sense that like, oh, somebody needs me for something. And I always felt like I had to keep being needed for something throughout.
Yeah.
Like that was...
You had to keep giving.
I had to keep giving. That was my trauma response to what I dealt with until one day I was like, Mom, enough. I can't do it anymore. I can't hold this secret in anymore. And it's not to say that I had to hold a secret. I think I'm always just trying to save the fucking next person, because I know that if I had told my father, because no one told my dad. Let's start there.
Yeah.
No one told my dad.
He was resting when you told, right?
When I told my mom. Yeah. That strong barrier that I had put on was really just to not be fucked with no more. Not be molested anymore. Like, not be taken advantage of anymore. So, and I probably would have, I'm not even gonna lie, I probably would have had more sexual experiences earlier on in my lifetime if I didn't experience that. Like, that is what made me be like, I need to like somebody first. I need to try to like somebody first.
A lot of that I did not realize. Mm-hmm. Like, I joke about you being a freak all the time. Like, I think it's liberating. I think that, like, it's something that I, even before now, though, like, I think that it's something that I probably always was like, damn, I wish I was that, like, sexually liberated. But I've never been sexually assaulted. And so that stuck with me right there. That and it's not that I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Like, I've known from other people's stories that happens. You're just so close to me that I didn't. But yeah, go ahead.
But I'm close to you, and just like we've said this whole time, I'm always searching for solutions within myself. I never was like, how could I go to heaven and tell her this? And
yeah, and you didn't. I didn't think I don't think it needs to be like a conversation.
But it did.
You think so? I feel. Well, I guess I'm putting it all on me. I feel like that's just something that I should have noticed. I knew that about you, and I should have just. I
didn't notice certain things about you until my big age. So
yeah, I mean,
so that's why I call you and be like, bitch, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that I did this or that I said this. Like, so I didn't expect. It's not. you have to go through it to understand it. And that's where even like the whole part of the podcast. Like, you have to have a child to understand that you need this and you need that. I didn't. You really have to experience it to be like, okay, this is a response. Because
this is how you respond to that kind of trauma.
A lot of times, what you see is women just going gay. And
yeah, I have a lot of people in my life that went that way.
My closest friend, I felt like that's what that was the case. But it didn't do that for me, and that's where I felt weird. Those years I was extremely closed off from like dating. I'm not gonna date nobody. I don't like nobody. I just felt so weird that like, you lost your virginity at 5, bitch. You're weird as fuck, and that's not the truth. And it took me some growing up to realize that, like...
And it's not your fault.
And it's not my fault. Like, and then I'm a cute-ass motherfucking bitch. No, I'm just kidding. Don't stop up sexual assault. You being cute. But...
No. I don't think those related. She is cute, though. She cute.
But I've grown from that.
And you know what? We want this podcast to be this way. We want to be candid. We want to be open. We want to share what we've gone through. Because honestly, if we're going to sit on a platform and say we want to have a podcast and we want to talk, we're going to talk about real shit. Mm-hmm. Because in the first episode, we told y'all, we're in the business of healing. Literally. And not just other people.
Right. That's what
like, we're here to, like, this is for us. This is for us. So, I'm happy that we have the courage to do that. And I'm happy that I can do it with you. Right. Because you're teaching me so many things all through our lives. I feel like you've been a teacher for me. Your life path number is the teacher. Mm-hmm. And I think that is what you're destined to be here for. I think that you take that and say, oh, I'm supposed to save everybody. Literally. And I think it's different. I think you're here to teach. You're here to allow people to learn from what you've gone through and teach them. But I don't think that means that you gotta save everybody.
And I'm learning that. Yeah. Like that took some that took some learning. Yeah, it took a whole lot of learning. I constantly am putting myself in other people's shoes. People say that. People say, put yourself in their shoes until you start doing it to every fucking body. I done walked in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13
but
size
that's
shoes.
The problem.
And that is the problem.
You're walking in them.
I know.
When people say, put yourself in somebody else's shoes, you put yourself in the shoes and you stand there in the situation. Mm-hmm. You take their motherfucking boots, pull them up by their bootstraps and start walking. Yeah. And they struggle. Yeah. And so you don't have to do that. And I'm learning. And you know that now. Mm-hmm. I see the growth in you. Because no, honestly, I see the growth in you because the lesson that you tried to teach me when I was in college and a little bit out of college was the lesson I was trying to teach you when we was in high school. And it's like we flipped. Mm-hmm. I was trying to teach you in high school. Fuck that. Yeah, I know. Like, fuck that. Like, we're going to the club.
Nah, for real.
No, like, fuck that. Let's go get some food.
Be a kid.
Fuck that. Let's go have fun. You didn't have the luxury to be a child like I was.
Very much so. Yes. Very much so. Yes. And I escaped. I escaped to heaven. I always felt like I was running to her open arms like, bitch, I am over here to relax. Like,
there were many times I literally physically held you in my arms and told you, fuck that.
Yeah. Like, fuck it. Heaven and Lamar and DeCarlos can say that they have shaped me in a sense, because had it not been for my friends, in Ashley, Brooklyn too, because
in Brooklyn, yeah,
like, had it not been for my friends, and I love all y'all to pieces, but I'm gonna just say this:
the people that were closest.
I'm gonna just say this as nice as possible. Because everyone helped me. You all did. You all did exactly what you're supposed to do, and I appreciate that. But heaven, I don't think my friends understood like what speaking at my daddy's funeral was for me. Like, she did shit that we couldn't do. We physically was like not able to do, just like not feeling it, and still had a relationship with my parents. So I know it wasn't an easy task for her.
Yeah, and what I want to say about that is, honestly, I don't even know what I said, because the shit was obviously hard for Yazzie and her siblings and her mom and their family, right? But because of how deeply I feel about the Brown family, it was hard for me. I remember sitting at that funeral in the back. I laugh at myself now because I'm not even family. Like, I'm not even family. Like, I'm not even related. I remember sitting in the back,
boo-hooing.
Boo-hoo crying. I was, and I always use this word. This is going to be my word for the podcast. I was devastated.
No, but really, you really were.
I really was. I was devastated for my friend. I was devastated for Mama Petra. And I was devastated for my bonus siblings. And yes, I loved Yo Daddy down, right? I don't know what that is to lose a father. I was devastated for you.
No, and I know that.
I was so hurt, y'all. And so I don't think people, when I say in the last episode, when I was like, no, I mean, all the shade, all the tea, if you weren't there and you weren't there for her, I don't understand. So I understand how she couldn't be there for me for losing a significant other. She had not even had a fucking boyfriend. But when it comes to losing a parent,
I think that there were people that spent more time and were more like closer knit in those moments, but because you were in a different city than I was, that should have been there. And what I'm about to say is rude. It's rude because I don't show up for them in that same space. I don't give them that same.
How is that rude? Let's be honest. Let's stop calling that rude.
Okay, because I thought it was rude.
No, let's stop calling that rude. And reciprocation is a thing when you become an adult and you have relationships with people.
Okay.
Let's call it that, because
she read me to feel just.
I did. Let's not call that rude, because why are you showing up for them when they don't show up for you in that capacity? Now, if you feel like you should, that's one thing, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's rude. You shouldn't be in relationships with people and you're giving more. We just talked about this.
You're right.
We talked about this.
We literally did.
You're not supposed to be giving more. And Tyler always tells me, my boyfriend always tells me, you can't expect people to treat you how you treat them, right?
Yeah.
You can't expect people to reciprocate, right? But what my rebuttal to that is, okay, well then I won't do it either. You can't expect me either.
Yeah.
And that's just how life works.
And that's where I'm at. So I didn't show up for a lot of people in that sense. But I'm gonna tell you right now. with the duck forming right here. When life calls either of the rest of the parents that we have here, y'all gonna be peeling me in heaven the fuck off the ground. Okay?
We can be 45.
Because if she loses her mom, I lose my fucking mom. If I lose my mom, she loses
I'm losing my mom.
Her fucking mom. And I don't know. I don't know what that feels like. But I can say that when I was overwhelmed, when I just needed to not be around everybody, heaven was it for me. Like, it wasn't, and I love my siblings. I love my siblings to death. To death. Like, if you know, then you know. But it wasn't them for me. I needed to escape. And it was heaven. And I hope that 77 years from now, because I just can't do it. But I hope that 77 years from now, even though we're going to be like 100, that's when our parents pass.
Yeah.
Because
I hope. Because
I don't know if I can be what she was for me. I really don't.
And you guys, it was very important for me to be that for her because now that I knew, I didn't know.
No, she just was a fucking good person.
I love her.
Fucking great
And and you know what? One thing I will say, you know how you got a lot of best friends, you call a lot of people best friends? Almost every single person that I get close to in a friendship call me their best friend. I don't reciprocate that all the time. But the reason that they do that is because I am a good ass motherfucking friend.
Yeah.
And I take that shit so fucking seriously. I take my friendships and my relationships with my cousin and my relationship with my mama and my daddy and my man and my child. I take that shit seriously because, and outside of family, you need a friend, baby. And if I want people to treat me like I'm a friend, ain't no way I'm half-stepping as a friend. No way. No fucking way.
The only reason why I say that I don't know if I can be what you were to me is because, like, I have so many more years with your family.
Yes.
That is hard.
Yes.
Like, when shit happened to Nana, I'd be like, bro, get the fuck up.
Yes.
Just get up.
Yes.
I don't even give a damn that when you hear you be tormenting motherfuckers. Just get up.
She's one of those people. No, y'all. Papa, her papa, not my papa, because we both got papas. But her papa, he smoke.
Love him a good
cigar. Like a cigar that y'all split and put weed in and roll up.
Like
he smoked those.
Like, what the fuck? He's so
I love that for him.
Outside of that, it is just loving on us, like pouring into us. And that's just who he is. He's an amazing man, full of shit sometimes. It's just life. Full of shit sometimes. But he's an amazing man. I have 4 biological siblings.
Yes.
And I have 5 siblings that are adopted. My mom's sister passed away and she took in all her children, which my mom and dad were literally so resilient. They were literally great people. Because I'm telling you, right the fuck now. Y'all hear me? I would never take in 5 kids.
I would.
She would. And I'd visit, like I said. But I would never take in 5 kids. Like,
your parents are resilient. They're angels.
Honestly and truly.
I bow down to them.
And more so my dad, not more so, but my daddy was the one who was like, bring him in, let's go, bring him on.
Your dad was a hard worker. Yeah. And when he got sick, I remember coming over and saying, damn, I can see the disappointment in his eyes of himself.
Yeah.
It broke my heart, y'all. Like, I think that's why when he did actually transition, I was like, bitch, I gotta be there. Like, I have to, and not only that, but obviously I was being a good friend, but it was because I know how resilient your pops was. I know how much I loved him, and I know what kind of, I didn't have my father I didn't have a father in my life, as in living with me. Does that make sense? Yazzie had a 2-parent household with 9 siblings. Well, 8 siblings counting her.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was special. It was a special bond that I didn't know anything really about, for real. Because I have a great bond with my dad, but it wasn't that. And so it was a lot for us.
It was a lot. And my daddy really was one of the most hardworking men that I knew. Like, walking to and from if he needed to, getting a random job because we need a bill paid one day, but honestly, not necessarily even being able to physically do the things that he do. And like I said, and I'm gonna go back, that is why it was extremely important, and it has always been, and it will always hold more weight than most, at the fact that heaven was there for me. Like, because there were friends that, there were years where we didn't see each other. We just got to talk on the phone. So there were friends that
knew your daddy.
Literally, like, my daddy will pick you up from school, take you home. My daddy would pick you up, take you to a party. My daddy would, like, that's just who he was. He was like the community husband. That's what everyone called him. That should have fucking been there for me. That I continue friendships with for years. And even at points felt like those friendships meant more to me than mine in heaven. Even like last year, like 2 years ago. At 25 now, at where I am now, and not just because we're podcasting, but because me and Heaven have had these conversations. Like,
that's why we're podcasting.
It is important that people show up for you the way you show up for them. It isn't even, and I know this is so, what I'm about to say is going to sound petty, but like, even something as simple as being posted on your birthday, even if me and Heaven didn't talk, she literally celebrates me like I'm a fucking holiday, bitch. Like,
'cause she is. 2/2 is a holiday.
Okay.
No, but like, for real, go on my Instagram. 2/2 is a holiday.
Like, no one else does that for me. So, yeah, I love y'all. I love y'all to pieces, and y'all know that. But the purpose that I'm realizing that she serves in my life is totally different. And I have to always apologize. I feel like I'm constantly apologizing to you for things that I did that really were more of an ego stroke than like me being an actual friend.
And you know what? I knew that about you. I don't think I consciously knew that though. Mm-hmm. Like, does it make sense?
Yeah.
Like, so when it was happening, it was like, oh, that's just Yazzie.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
She's just weird.
And I also have always been a people pleaser. So
yeah,
prior to me going out into the real world, when I say that, that means going to college. Going out into the real world, I was a people pleaser. Mm-hmm. If that meant to stroke someone's ego, cool. I could do that. Mostly because I've always been very secure in who I am as a person. From the time I was fucking 12 on. Like, very, very much secure. So I could stroke your ego and that was fine. And then when I came back, it wasn't so much about, like, let me people please. It was more about, okay, I know this about you now, and let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, rifts started happening. When you grow, there are growing pains. But the fact that we can grow together means a lot to me. And she has a lot of friends that she has to say all the time while we're talking about our friendship. I love y'all. I love y'all. Mm-hmm. But Heaven, I don't got that. I don't got that. I don't got that. Everybody know that Yazzie's my number one. Everybody know I don't have nobody to apologize to because I done lost all my motherfucking friends. I done lost all the rest of my motherfucking friends except my childhood friends. And Lamar and Carlos, they already know. The way I rock with Yazzie is a bond that is more special than any other friendship that I can have.
It's really, I really feel like we soulmates. Like,
we say it all the time.
And not like in the gay way.
Or the intimate way. It's not like an intimate relationship. Yeah.
We ain't trying to fuck, y'all, I swear.
I ain't never, look, I told you I dated a girl, but I ain't never fucked no girl. I'm not looking no coochie. I'm not doing that.
If you like coochie, keep licking it, baby.
If you lick it, you like it.
If you lick it, you like it.
I love it.
No, but we are really like, if I know we found our own platonic, not platonic, we found our own special relationships outside of each other. So we have significant others, but like,
yes,
who I am is trapped inside my friend here, and who she is trapped inside of me. And I love that at times we fuse like what we just fucking did, and I love that at times we feud. There is a balance to our friendship, which makes it so much more special than it seems on the surface. And a lot of people can't really lean on their best friend like they say they can, because a lot of y'all are my best friends. You know what I mean? But I can't lean on y'all the way, not even that I can't lean on y'all, but I could put all my weight on Heaven and she gonna just say, ugh, bitch,
okay,
you're doing too much. Like,
and I think one of the things that we're both learning is that we gotta stop. I think we're both here. You can tell me if I'm wrong. We gotta stop giving to motherfuckers when we ain't got nothing in our cup, right?
No, she ain't never lied.
Yeah, when we don't have anything in our cup, because as parents, as new parents, as first-time parents, as people who are in relationships, as people who are trying to kickstart a career, as people who are trying to
just figure out,
have fun and figure out life.
We are.
And now we added this podcast onto our plate. But let's talk about that, baby. Maybe I got another job now. But anyway,
no, for real.
No, for real.
She's not lying.
No, seriously. But anyway, so as people who are trying to do that, when you don't have anything in your cup, you don't have anything to give to you or anybody else
pouring into you,
Yazzie is fucking right. When Yazzie, she put all her shit on me, and I ain't got nothing in my cup. I ain't got no strength, but I'm gonna do this. You know why? Because she is pouring back into me. So what she's giving me, I can give her. That's the difference between a friendship like ours and a friendship like others that we have. Because I know people, and another thing I love about our friendship is that we talk. We mad at each other, we talk. I know people, and I think one day I will tell y'all about all the fucked up friendships that I just
experienced.
I just experienced a lot. I have always been the person to have a lot of friends. And when I met Tyler, he was like, you got too many friends. Like, damn, some of them gotta go. And as soon as he said that, it seemed like they started dropping like flies. Is you God, nigga? Like, damn.
He was just weeding out the people that didn't.
He knew, like, I feel like he came into my life and he was like, oh, that person's using her. Or that person's not really here for her. Or that person thinks she's weak.
Right? It's the same way.
Yeah. Like, your man always know.
He literally be like, they being weird as fuck. That's not your friend. Why they doing that? That's weird as fuck. Why they doing that? That's weird as fuck. And if you know, well, most of y'all don't. But Trey is so cutthroat. Like, fuck with him once, he'll never talk to you again. And that's how he expect life to be, at times. But like, and it can be, but I don't feel like he's had as deep of a friendship that we've had. So like, when I made someone, I don't even know how to say this without saying it so like, so upfront without upsetting people. When we chose to go a different route, when we had our child, it was because he only knew one person. He only had one person to pull from.
Okay.
And the experience that we had from you was totally different because you were different. You were experiencing life at a different time.
And he just didn't know me.
He just didn't know you. And now that we all, because I love that our significant others can be in the same space and it not feel awkward. I love that, like, we really have found people that will people with us for the remainder of our life.
Yes.
And we can do that together. And when you move down here, and I'm like, no, like, heaven's here, this is gonna be different.
Yeah, he didn't get it before.
No.
Yeah.
He gets it now.
Yeah.
He gets it now. And he also gets that, like, some of y'all aren't really as friendly, as close to me as you think you are. Some of you guys don't show up for me like you think you do. And heaven always
But
does.
I show up for everybody, though. Like, I'm mad. I'm mad.
No, she really does.
I be mad because
I don't want to take that away from you, and I don't want you.
I do. Like, I'm not just showing everybody. Be like, oh my God, you love Riddle. I do, but I show up for you too. I show up for everybody.
She shows up for everybody. Now, if she called me afterwards crying and I got to show up for her, that's fine. Because that's typically how we do it.
No, honestly. And I feel like if I did not show up for her in her life as much as I did, I wouldn't even feel comfortable calling her with all my bullshit. But when I have bullshit, I call her. And I sometimes feel bad about it because I'm like, look, she already got enough going on. But I don't want to put my shit on her. But I need a person. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like as long as you reciprocate, your people gonna be your people. You're gonna be that person for that person.
But what I'm learning is it's not putting something on other people. Like,
It is, child.
I've had to. No,
go ahead.
I'm
listening.
And it is for certain people, for certain relationships, and you should understand the level that people are playing in your life, the purpose that people are playing in your life. But if heaven calls me, I don't feel like sometimes
it's a burden.
Sometimes I'm so drained.
Yeah.
And I mean that sincerely. Like, I love that people love me and that people feel like they can come to me with all their problems, but It's hard. And that's why I didn't take up psychology, baby. I was ready to go. But I was like, bro, I can't do this. When heaven calls me and tells me something is going on, it's like I put a fucking cape around me.
I swear.
And I'm like, bitch, fly where?
That's how we are.
Who's bothering you?
That's how
What's bothering you?
It doesn't matter what.
We're solution people in general.
Yes.
And that's what works for me. That's what makes me feel loved. That's what makes me feel
love
confident.
language.
And she has always gotten it. It's always been spot on. Even in years that I'm like, this bitch is weird. What is she doing? She's different. People have to evolve.
And we're not always going to be the same people.
We're not always going to align.
Yazzie and I are a lot
polar opposite, honestly.
I was just about to say that we're similar in a lot of ways. But in even more ways, we're the complete fucking opposite. And so I feel like as an adult, having relationships that you really, really, really care about, that's the biggest thing, is to make sure that you know that you're not that person and you're not anybody. You're just you. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to be different from you at some point. It's important to, like, what I'm learning, even with Tyler, is to fight with love. Like, when you're going through something, you're not really understanding something about the person that you're in this relationship with. It could be a friendship or a relationship or a family member or whatever. Know that you still, if you love that person, you still love that person. Mm-hmm. Like, know that you still love that person. I always am an advocate for grace. I'm an advocate for giving people grace. Give them grace. Give them grace. Understand that may not be the choice that you're making, but it's the choice that they're making. I think that I hold our friendship to a bigger standard because
I do.
I've had a lot of friendships that at some points I did think were better than our relationship, mm-hmm. or greater than our relationship, or I was closer to this person.
Proximity is a thing too.
Yeah, when you're closer in miles.
Yeah, because I didn't understand, I didn't understand, but I didn't want to. Oh my God, I said that out loud. I didn't want to understand where you were coming from. I wanted you to be fucking the same fucking heaven.
Yeah.
That was my friend from kindergarten. Like, bitch, you don't get to change.
Yeah.
That's the God honest truth.
I know.
That's really, that's the God honest truth.
I know that.
But this version of you is so beautiful. This version of you is so refreshing. This version of you, I know, can't go outside and be pushed around. And that I think is part of my reservations as to why, no, don't go have friends. Don't go make friends, because you are a people pleaser. You are someone who is going to go above and be. I never forget how I felt when you threw a surprise party for somebody.
It was not a surprise party. It was just a party.
This bitch threw a motherfucking party.
So, and I was like, I'm gonna tell you. So I had these two roommates, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna watch this. But I had these two roommates. Shout out to Dayla and Maddie. We had a lot of fun when we first met or whatever, and we lived together. It was 3 girls in one house in college, and it was a bomb.com, right? And she just mentioned to me one day, she was like, I've never had a birthday party. I would love to have a birthday party, right? Now, I got a lot of friends that ain't never had a birthday party. Yazzie ain't never had a surprise birthday party. None of, Yazzie hasn't had any of that. But I wasn't, proximity matters. Mm-hmm. Like, I was literally living with Dayla at the time. This was our house. We were paying bills, and it was a bomb-ass apartment. Okay, bomb, okay? Wait, no, sorry. We weren't in that apartment yet, but whatever. And I was like, you know what? I'm a bomb party planner. And I know everybody in the city. I'm finna bring everybody out for her birthday party. And I'm finna throw her a birthday party. Like, I'm finna throw her, this amazing birthday party. And I did. It was amazing. And the apartment was packed. And we had a ball. Okay? And it was the bomb. And people after that was like, bitch, you throw the best parties. And I do. But anyway.
Mind you, she invited me.
I did.
She invited me.
I did.
I was so bitter.
She was upset. And she told me, though.
I was a bitter bitch.
She told me.
Partially because I was back home literally fucking struggling. Bitch, why are you fucking happy with your goddamn friends?
Yeah, and I didn't even know. If you would have wanted me to send you a birthday box surprise, Like, I think that it was.
I'm just not vocal.
Exactly. I think that she just is not that person to be like.
I didn't say exactly what I wanted. And I didn't realize exactly what I wanted until I got to a relationship. And I was like, I want a little bit more. Actually.
Yeah, you deserve more. You was realizing that you deserve more.
I actually don't have, because a lot of it is because, like, I refrained from doing things because my mom and dad had so many of us. Yeah. So it's like, I'll just go out to eat.
Yeah, like, honestly.
I'll just go to dinner.
That's how it is having a lot of siblings.
I'll just go. So I never wanted to make myself a big deal. But now that I have kind of grown up a little bit, I'm like, bitch, everybody need to celebrate me. Yeah. Everybody that loves me need to be here. Yeah. And it's always just fucking heaven. Yeah. And when you learn that, you start to give a little bit more grace.
And I thought about, like, I like to do things special for the people that I love that are special in my life, right? I am in the business of making people smile and making people happy. So know that before we die, bitch, you gonna have a birthday of your life.
I know. No, literally, when you move back, I said,
I'm here now.
Trey can't tell you guys how much I've said, heaven back, it don't even fucking matter. A bitch couldn't tell me shit.
I was so excited to come back.
And when we went out for the first time since she's been back, I ain't never had more fun. And I'm always that person who's like, who all gonna be there? Bitch, I'm not coming. And I gave you that a little bit before. Remember when I was like,
yeah, you did.
Oh,
no, yeah, she called me.
Who the fuck is coming?
She called me 30 minutes before we were supposed to hit the town.
Who the hell?
Yeah, for my birthday. And she was like, I'm not gonna be out there long. And we was out there at 3 o'clock in the morning because it was the time of our lives.
At the time of our lives. Yeah. And I'm realizing that, honestly, as long as I'm doing things with heaven, I am happy. And
we soulmates.
We really are. And even when I'm just like something as simple as I have a friend that moved to Charlotte that stayed right down the street from me. That hardly really invited me anywhere. Partially because I don't think she understands motherhood, and then the other part is because I don't think I necessarily fit in with the group of people she wants to present to the world. That's another thing for another day. But as soon as heaven moved here, it was like, bitch, you know, because I don't know how to say this about crying, because I really want you to understand that you coming back is what helped me with my confidence with postpartum. Honestly and truly, it has been so hard. It has been so hard to not, like, I have my mom, I have my sisters, and I have my boyfriend. But it's a different level of understanding when you're a mom
and doing
that's also doing it, and you want to do other things, and that's what more than a mother is. It's easy to say, like, I want to.
Oh, I gotta get a napkin.
It's just easy to say, I'm all right. You know, like, no, I didn't experience postpartum. No, I didn't get postpartum depression. But literally, I'm a whole different person with you here. I have more motivation to do things. Seeing you navigate a career, motherhood, hobbies, your own business is so inspiring. And excuse me for crying so fucking hard, but I don't know a better way to tell you thank you.
Yazzie.
Like, no, seriously, thank you so much for not only rushing to have a baby right after me, cause bitch, but for coming here, for one, coming here and doing it for you. Cause I didn't want you to come here and do it for me. I know that you are so much more than North Carolina. I know that you are, and I know that you would be so much further if, honestly, You probably went somewhere else.
I was thinking about moving to LA, baby, but you know.
But the fact that you came here, you gave me a nephew. You gave me a significant other that I can talk to, like, and not like me and Tyler, we have conversation, but like I know that if I want to have a conversation with Tyler, I could have a conversation with Tyler, and then just being you, not changing the fact that I have grown, I have done all this, but I'm still adult version of heaven. So yeah, I'm back, but you're not gonna get kid heaven. You're not gonna get kid heavenly, as you're gonna get an adult version of me. So like I understand that you can't be there for me every single day. You can't be with me every single day like we once were. But when we get together, it is the time of my fucking life. Even if we're just sitting and we're eating, if we're just sitting and we're playing with the kids, like this is what I wanted. And I don't talk about this. And I'm so glad I can now. When I see my mom and my Aunt Tracy, who is not technically biologically any relationship, like have any relationship to me, I'm like, that's what I've always dreamt of. That's what I've always wanted. And I've tried. I've tried to find that in other people. I've tried to create that in other people, but it's just not the same. It isn't. So thank you. So much for who you are to become, who you want to be, what you do for me, what you do for our friend group, what you do for our podcast. Because the bitch don't really say who she is. I don't think she gives herself enough credit for who she is. She's fucking amazing. And that's not just a friendship. She's an amazing mom first. She's an amazing girlfriend. She's an amazing media, digital creator, marketing, whatever it is. She fucking got that shit. And she does that shit with, like, no effort. She does that shit and it's like, yeah, Yazzie, I'm tired. But, like, we need to post today. We need to do this. We need to do that. And I can't show you any more appreciation. And I hope that throughout life, for the years that I felt like was an ego stroke, for the years that I felt like I was just like harping on you, because I feel like it was years. I hope that I can make up for those. I hope that you being here were able to evolve again in that aspect that we were in high school, where it's like, bitch, look, I just need to talk. I just need to be around you, and I'll feel better. Because that's where I am with you. Like, I know that when I come up here, I am okay. I come up here with my baby and can leave her with her boyfriend. Like, that is fucking
it's
beautiful.
That's major
to me. Like, when my boyfriend came up here, he put her kid to sleep. Like,
yes.
It's just beautiful. I told y'all I was good for a cry now. Oh, I'm good for a fucking cry.
I can't believe that
I'm good for a fucking like cry. This. Love to cry, baby. They said you got like 6 emotions. Try to feel them all in one day, and that's what I be trying to do. But no, for real, I have discredited heaven so many times. I've discredited our friendship so many times, and not like she just ain't shit. Fuck her. Like, not like that, but like in subtle ways that I know that my friend would feel some type of way, because I know how my friend is, and I apologize because honestly. Like I said, I love y'all. I really do. I really and truly do. But this is forever.
And ever.
And ever. And I really do appreciate you.
Give me a hug.
I really do.
I love you so much.
I love you so much.
I'm kind of
confused.
No, not confused.
I'm taking aback.
I'm kind of taking aback. Because nobody's giving me my flowers like that.
No, and I hope
ever
like, smell them bitches. Because I don't, and I haven't.
Can I smell them again?
Yeah, smell them hard too. Smell them hard, and they black roses too, bitch. They're like they expensive shit.
The forever ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones that last. Cause she really is. She really is an amazing person.
I think it means so much to me because I think my whole life I have went above and beyond.
Yeah.
In everything that I do, or I try to at least. I try to be the best me, right? I'm never trying to compete with anybody else, but I'm trying to be the best me that I can be and do the best that I can do at everything I do. And I really don't think I get my flowers.
I don't think so either.
And not to be like sound cocky, because I didn't think that was a thing until just now. Does that make sense? Like, I didn't think that I needed to hear those words until just now. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And one thing I will promise you is that I'll always
You ain't gotta promise
be a
me.
down ass bitch.
It's literally like,
you know me.
I know that if we decided to stop talking today, and she's seen on the internet that something happened, we're gonna start talking again. Because that's just how we are.
Or if we stop talking today, I wouldn't never abandon your child.
Oh,
That's still Titi's baby.
what I know with some of my other friendships, is that if I decided to quit talking to some of them and didn't pick back up, we wouldn't talk. If I stopped talking to Heaven, she gonna say, "Bitch, you're weird. I ain't heard from you in a couple days."
Yeah.
And
yeah, y'all know that's me.
And sometimes for someone like me, for someone who is always like trying, I'm literally just trying to survive most days. For someone who has been in survival mode for most of her life.
Yes.
She has always been there to throw me the rescue jacket, the floaty, whatever it is. And I haven't until today told her, told you what it really means to me to have.
And you've told me, but not with the amount of emotion and the amount of appreciation. And not to say that I didn't feel that when you did tell me. So don't think that I don't know, because I know. Like, when I call Riddle, when I call Riddle my best friend and my soulmate, is because I always feel like I'm getting my biggest flower bouquet from her.
And vice versa. Like, not to discredit our men, but like,
they love us down. But
no, for real. But it's just different. She has always understood my love language. She has always been someone who has poured into me, and I'm an affirmations person. I'm someone who needs to be constantly reassured. Like, that's just her naturally. And sometimes what she naturally needs, that's not who I am, and I'm learning. I think having Marley made me more vulnerable in the sense of like
motherhood.
I know that I need a village, and not just for me, but for my child.
Yes.
And I knew that when you had a child, that you would need a village, and not just for you, but for your child. And you already know me and Seven, we locked in the fuck. So
love her down, honey.
We about to walk.
Yeah.
But it just timing. At first I was like, she's so weird. Why does bitch want to get Brady? Because me and Carlos had baby.
No, a lot of people. We gonna talk about this motherfucking shit. Because a lot of people, including some of my family, was like, "Oh, you're just having babies." Because not just you and Carlos had babies. My friends up where I was in Durham and Raleigh was having babies. Literally everybody was having babies at the same time, right?
Literally.
I was the last one to get pregnant. Everybody thought that I was getting pregnant because all of my friends were getting pregnant. And that's a load of fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Even I have to say, I apologize, because this just not how life works.
Yeah, like I didn't plan Seven. I promise. Like I told y'all in the first episode, I was actually devastated when I found out I was pregnant. I was not ready to be pregnant. I did want a child. So I think that's where people get it all misconstrued. People are like, but you always talk about how you want to have kids. You always talk about how you want to have kids. You always, like, I did want a child.
But maybe not pregnant 3 days after I take my birthday trip.
Yeah. Maybe not that. And maybe not while me and my boyfriend had only been together for like 5 months. Like, the timing was not where I wanted to be. So yeah, I want to clear that up. I did not get pregnant because all of my friends were pregnant. I actually thought that my kid was going to be in kindergarten when their kids were in high school.
And it's just not possible to just like...
To be planning shit like that.
Yeah, it's just not possible to be correlating your pregnancies.
You know what? God works in mysterious ways because now our kids are going to be friends.
And I think he knew that we needed to do this.
Together.
We needed to be able to lean on each other. We needed to be able to have that experience together because this shit is fucking hard. And no one else gets it unless they experience it. And I'm so fucking glad it's heaven. And not one of you other bitches. I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
I had another friend who we were pregnant at the same time together. And we went through pregnancy and some things together. And just no. So I'm very, 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 very happy that we can... we did not experience pregnancy together, but experienced pregnancy within a short amount of time, and then experience postpartum together because the postpartum is what kicks your ass.
The postpartum is where you really need a friend.
Yeah.
Really, it's where you really need a friend.
So,
I didn't even think that I was going through postpartum for real. Like, for real, until I went out with Lamar. And I was like, this is what fun feels like. I haven't been having fun for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
And you don't really know. And for me, it may not be for everyone, but for me, it was being with my friends that was like, bitch, you need to get back to yourself. You need to be more than a mother. And that's exactly how I came up with the fucking podcast.
I'm so glad you did.
So, before we close out, because we've been talking to you guys for fucking forever, what is something that you want to do differently from your parents?
Yeah.
With your child.
Yeah, so, we talked about, basically a letter or a note to our younger selves. If you think about your childhood and you think about how your parents raised you or your caretakers raised you, what is going to be different?
What's going to be different?
We're going to talk about our answers to that question in our next episode. Mm-hmm. So we want to know what you got to say. Comment below. Let us know.
And this has been More Than a Mother Podcast. And we're signing out.